Good morning, children. Today we'll be studying with the concept of electric flux. Before going to flux, let us see how to represent an area vector. If we consider area to be a vector quantity, let us describe it. We choose a surface S. We take a small element of it ds. If area is vector, then the direction of this area vector will be pointing normally outwards or upwards from the given surface. Okay, so this n represents the direction of the area vector. To represent the area vector ds, it is given by the magnitude of the area vector into unit vector in the direction of the area vector. Okay, using this concept of area vector, let us come to electric flux. We take a charge q. If it is a positive charge, field lines will point away from it. Let us take a surface. You can see in the figure, two field lines are passing through it. Now when we move away from the charge, the separation between the field lines increases. And if same field lines are to pass through the given surface, then the surface area has to be increased. If we move further away from the charge, the surface area increases further. It means that when you are moving away from the charge, actually electric field is decreasing. So for the field lines to pass through a given surface, the surface area increases. Hence we can say for a given charge, the product of electric field and surface area remains constant. Okay, or for a given charge, the product E into S is constant. And this fact is used to define electric flux. What is electric flux? It is the number of field lines passing normally through a given surface. What is flux? The electric flux associated with any surface is total number of field lines passing normally through it. That means to define a flux, we will always have to choose a surface. Let us take another surface. Let E represent the field lines passing through it. We choose a small element of it ds. Here you can see the area vector pointing normally outwards is in the direction of electric field. So flux will become EDS. We take another surface element. Again area will point normally outwards from it. But now it is at an angle theta with the electric field. You can choose any surface and see what angle the area vector makes with the electric field. Here the angle is 90 degree. Now we have to take the field which is normal to the area. The field line that is passing normally from the given surface. In the first case, flux is EDS. In the second case, the angle between E and ds is theta. So E has to be resolved such that it is in the direction of ds. Okay, so here cos component of the electric field will pass through the area vector. So we cannot just take E into S. To define flux, we have to take here the component of the electric field which is in the direction of area vector. So the general formula becomes flux is E ds cos theta. Whenever you have this term cos theta, see you have two vectors E and ds, and cos is theta is the angle between E and ds. So E ds cos theta can be written as E dot ds. And you know dot product is a scalar quantity. So is true with flux. Flux is also a scalar quantity. What will be the unit of flux? Electric field is measured in newtons per coulomb. Area, it is measured in meter square. So the unit will become Newton per coulomb meter square. Okay, so electric flux, a scalar quantity measured in newtons per coulomb meter square. Let us take some special cases of flux. Flux is Es cos theta. It depends upon angle between electric field and surface area. Just as you have in case of work done, where work done is defined as force into displacement into cos of the angle theta between them. You know work done can be positive, negative or 0. So flux can also be positive, negative or 0. Let us take the first case. when the angle between E and S, theta, is acute, then cos theta will be positive, so flux will be positive. So angle between area and electric field if acute, flux will be positive. Also you can say flux will be positive when charge is positive, because for positive charge electric field will pass outwards from the given surface. Okay. Next, if theta is 90, flux will be 0 because cos 90 is 0. So if electric field becomes parallel to the area vector, then flux will be 0. Next, if theta is obtuse, then cos theta will become negative, so flux will be negative. So in case of obtuse angle, flux will be negative. You can even say flux will be negative when charge is negative. For a negative charge, electric field points inwards. So area vector and electric field will be opposite or will make an angle obtuse. So flux will turn out to be negative. Okay, that is all about flux.